Hello y'all, how you all doing? Hello, how is everybody? One Drunk Man, Obsidian, Lana, hello, 10 Peaches, hello. Jeff Leopard, hello. Dennis, good to see you, Dennis. Reborn, thanks for the 4 months, tier 1, thank you so much, my friend. Is this a carbon decimat too? Yeah, this is the GMK carbon decimat. Or, well, I mean, it was run on drop, I think, back then, but maybe for SA carbon, but I mean, yeah, it's the carbon decimat from back then. Finger hearts. Do you guys see the new photos that I posted? Oops, my bad. Posted some photos, and there was one photo with finger hearts, which is what I think Mr. One Drunk Man is referring to right now. Wait a sec, my camera is acting up. Let's see. Let's adjust that a bit. All right, I think. Oop, it's kind of dark. Okay, I think that's okay. But yeah, just got home from work. Oh, nice. Wow. Kind of late return from work. I mean, I guess you guys work quite a bit, right? So yeah. Anyway, so tonight is gonna be a relatively simple build, I would argue. We're gonna be building a Constellation. We've built a Constellation before, so for those who haven't seen it, is an opportunity to see it. This time we have a different configuration compared to last time. Last time I believe we had a thick polycarb plate, if I recall, and we had AEBoards, like navy switches. Today we're gonna have alpacas. Also, I think the volume for the music might be a little still too high, so I'm gonna turn that down. Endor, hola, Endor. Wait, why are there two Endors? Are you guys part of a group or something? Hola. Evening, DZ. How are you doing? Yeah, you're part of a group? Interesting. Alright, let's get started. Well, you? I'm doing okay. Well, honestly, today I was a bit under the weather, to be honest. Like in the morning, I feel better now actually. But in the morning, I was kind of like had a headache and stuff, and yeah. But other than that, I'm okay, I guess. Just another start to the week. It's busy time right now for me. Like I have a lot of projects happening, and I have like a lot of just a lot of work going on, really. So pretty much I stream whenever I manage to catch a breath. Normally it's gonna be in evenings, like today, right? So yeah. We're in a clan. I see. Vaccine hangover? I'm not sure actually, because I took the first dose like on Thursday. I mean, like it was a bit back, so it's already been long enough for that to have passed, you know? You've been streaming a lot recently? I've been trying to be consistently streaming recently. I've been trying to do twice so that I can get builds out the door. Mainly, yeah, it's because I need to get a bunch of stuff out the door. Like, you know, commissions, builds for clients. Today's build is actually for client too, so, you know, that's kind of the big part of why I've been building a lot recently. But more importantly, because I also want to kind of get into a routine is kind of like what it is. Are you trying to get partner? I have applied already for partner several times, but I haven't gotten it. So here we have a lot of parts today. It's kind of a mess, but basically we have like a bunch of stabs, because technically we have like 2 PCBs here. We're only gonna do one build today though. We have a full FR4 plate and a PCB, and we're gonna need the gaskets, but actually I'm not sure which gaskets we're gonna use. I think we're gonna use the O-ring mount today, but if we decide we're gonna use the other ones because the client wants it, then we might do the other gaskets, but we'll see. But yeah, I've applied 3 times for partner before. I haven't gotten it, but I actually can't currently apply for partner again because like the last time I applied, I got feedback saying that I hadn't streamed enough that month. Yeah, like my numbers are fine, and so yeah, I think you need to stream 12 times a month basically, so which is 3 times a week, which is it's actually a lot for me. Like I don't think I can currently like sustain that amount of streaming, and so yeah, and so I'm kind of just like doing what I can. So I'm actually like not, I actually really don't mind so much like the partner thing. I only really want partner, I just want Twitch partner for more emotes, to be clear. Like that's something that I would be happy to have, like more emotes. And no, the checkmark's cool and all, but you know, it's like it's one of those things where like I don't have a choice. Like it's like, you know, it's like other people decide that for me. So yeah. What is partner? It's basically so Twitch has like several levels for streamers. Basically you first start as like a new Twitch streamer, so you stream a few times and whatnot, you get enough followers, and then you become an affiliate, a Twitch affiliate, and once you become an affiliate you can get like subscribers, right? And then you basically just stream normally, right, and whatnot, and once your numbers grow, you can apply for a position called Twitch partner, which is basically you're signing a contract with Twitch saying that you are going to exclusively stream, like do live streams are going to be exclusive to Twitch, and obviously there's basically an agreement between you and Twitch on like how you get paid from the subscriptions, and also you get this nice verified partner badge on like next to your name on chat, like in chat, like you've seen those purple check marks. That's basically what partner like what people who have partner have like on in chat. But that's basically what it is. It's just one of those position things. Is the Constellation coming back for group anytime soon? I don't think so. So today we have a silver Constellation. Here we have the brass plate on it currently, and the brass side accents. We're gonna actually take out the brass plate, and we're gonna use the FR4 plate today. You can put in anything this air fryer? What? Alright, I'm gonna just put on the feet first, actually, the bump-ons. Just because we have them right here. Juby dream layout for me? Hopefully, there will be more. Actually, yeah, I think there's a possibility that Juby will, you know, there will be more like Juby like boards and stuff. So I wouldn't feel like you missed out or anything like that. I mean, like, you know, it's just time. If you're patient, I'm sure that there will be a board just like it, or even like maybe a second round. Who knows? Like, you know, there's no details on anything like that. So I mean, just gotta wait and see. But yeah, it's a very nice layout. It's basically 60% with macros on the side, which is pretty nice. I mean, for me, 60% is more than enough in general. I like the TKL layout for aesthetics though, but 60% for me is the most practical as far as typing and whatnot usage goes in general. Hey, Kind Ion, hello. I want Rogue. Ooh, yeah. Rogue also looks really awesome. So today's the kind of day we probably should see Mr. Tempest around, because he's a very big Constellation fan and has tried a lot of things with his own, and he is like in love with that board. We've built a Constellation before, but today is my first linear switch build with the Constellation, so I'm actually pretty excited to try it out. Think anybody would trade an Iron 165 for a Constellation? I don't know, actually. I can't tell you that because I don't know what people's preferences would be exactly. Alright, so this is a brass plate. Has the ability to be top mounted and used in other configurations, but we're gonna take it out first because we don't need it right now. So I'm just gonna take it out of the way. And, well, that's pretty much it for the case for now. So the case is pretty simple. As you can see, it's symmetrical on both sides. Is it focusing? Okay. So yeah, it's symmetrical. You can put it this way or this way. Doesn't matter. Pretty nice. The color of the board is a nice silver. This is silver anodized, sandblasted in a very fine medium. And there's a very large brass weight, which makes this keyboard quite heavy. That's just a little piece of fuzz. And then there's the large weight, covers the bottom with the AEBoards logo. It's a very nice looking board. The sides have a nice curvy side profile, pretty nice, with basically a handle, and there's some brass accents lining the contour all the way to the USB position. So that's how it looks like. So yeah, I'm actually going to put the case aside for now. Let's put this aside too. Let's see. He has decided to rebuild his Constellation like 25 plus times. Wow. Hope Rogue will be a public unlimited group, right? We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. His PC finally gave up. Oh wow. I left keyboards with top mount and O-ring mount. It's pretty interesting to see that, not trend, but actually it's true. It's been interesting to see the ability to do both things, both tray mount and, I mean, not tray mount, sorry, top mount and O-ring gasket mount or whatever. Just because, you know, having the ability to use something as a test bench and to basically have flexibility with that is pretty nice. It's pretty cool. Good way for people to kind of figure out what they like. I think that's the kind of purpose. I think there's no better or best. You should just try both and see how it goes. Do people who order a commission typically watch you build it? Seems like pressure. People normally, it depends. Some people do, some people don't because of time zones and whatnot. It kind of just depends on the day, and also like right now, for example, I'm streaming pretty late, but like I've had, for example, international clients, right? So I've had people in the other side of the world who have sent me boards. And it's more convenient for them to watch it because if I stream at night, then it's a daytime for them, right? So I've had that kind of case. I normally do stream at night anyway. So even if you're in the US, I'm in the East Coast. So if you're like in the West Coast, it's still a 3-hour difference, right? So you can, you know, if you were the client, you would be able to watch it. But yeah, people do watch. I personally don't feel pressured because I've done this, like, I mean, I've built hundreds of keyboards. And so at this point, I'm kind of, it's not so much pressure. I mean, there was a point in the past where I would feel pressured. Yeah, I would feel like, you know, like I would sweat if like something went wrong, or like I would be nervous if something was actually wrong. But for me, actually, the challenge of building is also to know how to troubleshoot. Like I think a good builder should also know how to address situations that are abnormal. So yeah. I forgot to check my dashboard. So let's just check that. Let's see. I enjoy builds too much to ever get one of my boards commissioned. Oh, I see. Yeah. So for me, the building process is so fun, right? Like that's why I do this. For me, it's what actually it's what got me into the hobby, and it's ultimately what will keep me in the hobby most likely. Aside from the collecting aspect and all that, I mean, the collecting aspect has a very like specific end or like a goal. So, but building, that's what I enjoy doing the most. Let's see. Hey Lightning, for your first 60%, would you do the upcoming FL R6 or the Wilba Salvation? I personally would recommend the Wilba Tech Salvation personally. The reason for that is really not because like I just like Wilba Tech designs and whatnot. It's actually because the design of the Salvation is so that you should experiment with it. It's like it has those leaf springs to easing up some of the, you know, like the tension from a tray mount that people have normally brought up. Like people say like, oh, tray mount's really stiff because there's these, you know, fixed mounting points, and basically it's made to prevent some of that. And also it's a tray, so it's easy to swap out builds. It only is attached by 6 screws or even fewer if you just use fewer, so it's easy to try multiple builds in the same case. And you can buy aftermarket plates everywhere. You can buy any kind of left side USB PCB, right? Like you don't have to use a PCB that's just included. You can use any 60% PCB and any 60% plate. So I think and the Salvation, just like the whole like premise behind it is that it's made for people to experiment with what they have and try out combinations of what they like and see if you're liking, you know. I think the FL I think does provide that option. I mean, I think it also, like, you should consider your aesthetic preferences. So if the aesthetic preference for the FL is what you like the most, then you should most certainly weigh that heavily. Yeah. JD always there for emotional support. Yeah, JD has been a great addition to a family. Anyway, what was the final number of pings after the latest bro post? So I got like, so for those who don't know, I'm into artisans, and Brocaps just posted this new collaboration between Brocaps and Nightcaps, and it's this David Bowie inspired egg pilot, and you know has like the lightning, like David Bowie lightning, like face cosmetics, and people ping me thinking that it was a commission of mine. I did not commission this. I'll say it live on stream. I did not commission this. So I got pinged like 10 times on Instagram, like tagged, and like pinged like 10 times on Discord and like 10 times on Slack, something like that. So yeah, quite a lot. Just a lot of pings. Or like right when it dropped, people were like, "Oh my god, is that yours?" I'm like, no, I don't have that kind of money. I didn't do anything. Even if I had the money, I would probably spend it on something like new furniture or something, or even, you know, like I have other things I need to pay right now. But yeah, so that's the bottom line of that. My hand was definitely shaking when I was applying porn strips when I was putting my Tengu together. I had my close friends watching in voice chat. Yeah, I think if it's the first time for you to see people kind of watch you do stuff, it's definitely nerve-wracking. I don't doubt it. Hey, do you see the bro commission? Oh my god, you guys. It's a pre-6 sculpt. I hope it becomes available soon. I do have a like the egg face is pretty big relative to the helmet. So I actually would like to see it IRL, of course, to see the proportions. I find it interesting. And yeah, I like when people do collabs and things like that. It's a cool way to show off what each artist has to offer. So today we're actually going to be doing split backspace layout. So let's get that tilde in there. Backspace is still there, good. And then the rest is basically fixed, which is nice about this keyboard. Okay, let's test it out. Test matrix. There's already pre-flash, which is pretty nice. No need to deal with RGB or anything. I knew not to ping you. I mean, you could always just ask me anytime. So it's like, or it would be pretty obvious if it were mine, right? Or like if it I would say something about it probably. So yeah. Hey, Swider, thank you so much for the tier 1 Prime Gaming. Hey Diego, what's your take on UTD stuff? So I've seen UTD in real life, and I've also actually built one for somebody, but it was done off stream, basically off camera. Actually, it was not even affiliated with my services at all. I only did it because it was my friend who asked me. I personally don't like it. I personally don't enjoy the. It's intellectual property that belongs to someone else, and it's essentially a replica. It's a copy. It's a counterfeit product. So I personally don't support it. That's basically my take on it. I don't think anybody should, even whether it's old or not, whether it's new old, whether it's from a foreign country, whether the person who did it isn't active anymore, or whatever it is, it's still copying work from somebody else. It's still taking work that somebody else did and making it your own, and in this case they're actually making money out of it, out of making these replica cases. Right? And they even maintained the same branding. They maintained OTD branding on the weight. But even if they, like, regardless of whether they put the UTD logo or whatever on the inside, they're basically appropriating that intellectual property and using it for their own profit and benefit. There's no such thing as a noble purpose behind that. You know, putting down like, oh, like, you know, saying like, oh yeah, like we're trying to bring it to the people or whatever. Hey, it's like, that's not your moral responsibility to do. It's not anybody's. If you don't like UTD, what do you think about HA Gaming copying every type of popular cap set? I think it's the same thing about HA Gaming. I don't condone HK Gaming sets either. Like, I think they should make their own original color sets. Yeah, it's that simple. It's pretty simple to me. It's pretty clear cut. If it's your own thing, great. You could copyright or whatever, but or you know, do your own thing, like do your own creative thing. But if it's not, then either at least ask for permission, you know, or don't do it. Don't copy other people's stuff. It's very simple. Like, there's no discussion for me about this because it's just. There's no need to put people in the moral podium about it. Did you pick up a thermal? I did. I wonder if people are taking fake queues. Well, technically, the queue is now open source, so that's a very different story. When you open source something and you have a specific, like, license policy with it, intellectual property starts changing there. But in the case of like OTD, it was no such thing. There was not an open source design. So let's see. With the FR4 plate, let's actually use these smoky stabilizers, which probably will look better. So let's use these guys. We have Zeal stabs, and we also have these smoky Everglide or Duroc stabs, basically. These are going to be basically Duroc V1 stabs, is the same thing. And yeah, so we'll need 1, 2, 3 stabs. We only need 3 stabs today, which is great. So let's get some of those out. Okay. What color thermal? I got a moon thermal. That's the gray one. I actually have photos that I'm gonna upload soon, but not to my personal profile actually, because it's my own board. But yeah. But I'll post some photos actually at some point soon. I just have to finish editing them. Hello, Eric. Oh yeah? Oh, Poner. Oh yeah? Incoming fake Lightning Keywords coasters GB. Check it out tomorrow, dude. If I'm when you have a product faked that you made, it's like indirectly you kind of made it, but at the same time it sucks, obviously, because you know it's your own thing that they're copying and doing. All right. It's all about Moz Gang. Oh yeah, I did get a Moz Zenith, so pretty excited to see that in person actually. Moz Zenith. Is it 625? Okay, 625 and enter and shift, I think. All right, cool. Quite a lot of stabs here. I require more points for hydration. Oh, no worries. I will hydrate, don't worry. I have water here. Thank you, though. Gotta save the points for some push-ups. True. It's a lot of points, too, though. Made it high for good reason. Alright, so let's look at these stabs lubed. I'm gonna lube these with 205 today, just 205. I kind of been going back and forth between using BDZ or 205, but I think I like just 205 is fine. It's also less of a mess. And more importantly, the reason I also use sometimes just 205 is because I know that my clients don't have BDZ, and it's very expensive to source. And let's say you weren't happy with stabs and you want to redo it, I don't want them to have to get new lube to do that. Does that make sense? Like, if they already have 205 at home though, then they can just use that and, you know, touch it up. But the BDZ stuff is, yeah, is pretty sticky, and also like if you don't have it, it's just expensive to get right now. But yeah, okay, let's hydrate. Also, I think I ran out of water here. Punter leaks? What? 2069. Car is done though. Good for people who got it. Yeah, the car is gonna ship soon, huh? That's pretty exciting, actually. That was it kind of felt fast, but if you think about it though, it's already late March, which makes me feel like, where the hell did the time go? Like, how? Car is supposed to ship in January? Oh, really? Oh, was that the promise? I see. Ambitious. I see. I almost always, whenever there is a promise for a group by deadline, I mean not deadline, for a group by yeah, sure, for a group by fulfillment date, I just do plus minus 2 months or something like that. Plus minus, no, it's more like plus minus 3 months or 6 months even for some things, but I don't trust fulfillment dates. Basically what I'm saying is, if you are gonna enter a group buy, just enter and forget about it. It'll come when it comes. As long as the group buy runner isn't like a scammer, right? It's going to be fine. Like like you'll get it. I don't keep track anymore. It's like I just keep track of whether I have gotten it or not gotten it. That's it. But I don't keep track of dates anymore. It's pretty annoying. It's just like I know that it's gonna be delayed already. Like if it arrives sooner, then yeah, surprise, awesome, great. All I need is, as long as they give me the tracking number, I'm good. Didn't they say Q1? I mean, well, we're at the end of Q1, yeah, right now. We're at the very end of Q1 now. Because Q1 is 3 full months. Trust the in-stock dates? I mean, yeah, in-stock's nice. Anything that ships within 3 months after group buy ended is fast. Yeah, in current standards, it is pretty fast, right? It's like very, very much reasonable. Just build my profit. Ooh, nice. No shade. Anything less than 12 months is fast for Rama. I mean, can't say you're wrong there in a way. They do take a long time though. Again, unlimited group buys are tough. The reality is none of us know how many are being made, right? So to speak. And yeah, it's probably just a lot more than you think. And also, well, yeah, a pandemic, so yeah. That's a real thing too, by the way, just in case you haven't watched the news or something like that over the past year and a half. I have a spreadsheet with what I have purchased. It had the shipping dates previously, but with all the delays, I just removed the column. Yeah. I did the exact same thing, DZ. I had the shipping dates and then I just removed them. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna keep track. I'll just like if it's like been a long time and I can't remember, I'm like, oh, did this ship already, or like what happened to this? Then I'll be like, oh, I'll check in on the Geek thread and be like, oh, any updates? But that's only if and only if it's been a long time since like something should have fulfilled, like after a reasonable delay. It's like, can we at least get an update? But if they've been updating regularly, actually, I have no concerns. I'm like, okay, group buy runner, you'll ship when you have to ship. There are some notorious people. There's some people who are notorious for not shipping even if they have things on hand, like in hand. So for those people, I definitely try to prod them a bit more. Be like, hey, so heard you got the things. Can you ship them? Or like, got my tracking number, but like, can you like drop them off? I still haven't tracked in Notion. Oh, Notion's great. I like Notion. Happy some people are doing unlimited means everyone can eventually get one. Yeah. Now you need to hurry with the keyboard if you're playing GMK is not going to ship for long. Oh, yep, that also applies. That is very true. Key sets also take a long time. I mean, SP also has a lot of delays too. I mean, I'm sure CAD and CAM probably will at some point too. I actually think they are delayed actually. So it's the same. It's the same thing. It's all the same. Keycap sets also take forever. So yeah, we just need to know how to adjust to that delayed state overall. Like, no need to bother stressing out. Definitely teaches people patience, yeah. Been a bit frustrating. It's kind of nice to get a package you're not expecting because you forgot about it. True. I think, you know what, for me, the time when I'm most frustrated, OZ Obsessions, is whenever I get a package and there was no tracking information provided to me. That's when I get pissed. I actually get really mad when that happens, because it's like, first of all, because stuff can be stolen from my front door. It has happened. Okay, like I've actually lost stuff from my front door because porch pirates exist and people do steal things and people suck. And well, I mean, once things are stolen, there's probably no chance of recovery, really, realistically, at least not in this city. And yeah, I just want to know what's coming. Like I just want to anticipate it so at least I can, you know, be there. But yeah, like if it's important, you know, like if it's something big like that, like worth hundreds of dollars and stuff, like give me a tracking number, even if it's like 4 months late. Just give me a tracking. I mean, like 4 months like late of a fulfillment date. Like, you know, tell me when you're doing it. Remember that keycap I sold you? Shipping it in 2 weeks. Oh, really? Let's see. Do you think people who have no intention of rerunning group rides or release their files like Quantric did is good or bad for the community? There's good and bad for both for that. Good that it provides people access to get, you know, something that they like and they can, like, you know, get under that particular license, right? In the case of Quantric, like, you know, it's like you can't do it's like you can't do commercial sales of those. But it can be bad in the sense that what if your design is flawed and you release something that misleads people into poor design choices or poor design elements? That could be a bit of a, I mean, the onus is actually on the person who looks at the files afterwards, but not everyone's an expert. So what if there's problems in the design and you have to fix them, or you don't know how to fix them and you kind of take it as like, oh, this must be good. There's that. There's also the fact that, like, it could flood manufacturing facilities with requests of making, like, you know, in the case of the queue, let's say, just to put it more concretely, like, what if everyone wants a one-off of the queue or whatever, and they send mad requests to, you know, manufacturing facilities and they get overwhelmed over, you know, basic one-off orders instead of, you know, managing to pull those together or you know, making something more efficient out of it. Pros and cons though. Pros and cons. I mean, obviously, and then there's obviously the way, like, there's gonna be a possibility that someone might use that information with malicious purposes, and you know, that is kind of open-ended. The malicious part, like, malicious intent is pretty open-ended. It could be anything, but ultimately it could basically affect people in the community. Do you get the KV Defense D45? No. Let's see. But yeah, packages. Yeah. Once met a no tracking situation, was mad until I realized I didn't choose a shipping method with tracking. US is weird. We have to sign things or pick up from the post office. No, here too. You have to pick up things from the post office here. So actually, the thing about, but not every package, you actually have to opt in. So in the US, it's opt in. You need to opt in for signature required packages for that to happen. Or private companies like UPS, DHL, and FedEx also have certain options that require signature. In the US, for USPS, anything declared and insured over $500 US is automatically signature required. And there needs to be a statement that basically requires it. Like, you have to, in the US, everything is about, like, you have to explicitly say, like, can you please require the signature for this package? If you don't say that, they're not obligated to. They have zero obligation to require a signature unless you state you need it. Why wouldn't you always opt in? Because, so the problem with in the US, especially, okay, I'll tell you this, in New York City specifically, there is a problem with package sorting. Basically, the system is overwhelmed and poor. There's too few employees and too many packages. And so what happens is, a lot of people who, let's say, didn't sign for the package gets returned to the post office, correct? Where do they have to store it somewhere, right? Okay, the problem is, right now, if I went to the local post office in my neighborhood and went to their, like, warehouse unit, it's chock full of packages from weeks to months ago too. And some stuff because they didn't manage to send it back because there simply was no return address that was valid, or they had to dispose it, or like they're waiting to dispose of it, or whatever it is, right? Basically, the system is already very overwhelmed. So requiring a thing, like basically a lot of post offices have forced themselves to leave things at the porch of, like, you know, on the, like at the front porch of people or front door, because they have no other option. They have to like deliver something, and they can't return it either because their system's so overwhelmed, or even returning it is too costly for the postal service to do. And yeah, drivers are lazy. Like they're basically, it's a leaky pipeline where it fails at every point. It fails at the postmaster point. It fails at the courier point. It fails at the storage aspect. It fails in the distribution centers. It's very much a system that's crippled. So yeah, that's why it's like that. It's the way it is. It still is the cheapest way to ship though in the United States. So it's a very bizarre situation where it operates at a loss, basically, barely, like with barely enough revenue, and still has the obligation, because it's like federally funded, to maintain a certain like cost or quota. Many things in the U.S. systemically, it seems average, Joe. Oh yeah, for sure. Like it's actually probably worse than average for some things. I mean, healthcare is barely turning wheels now, right? I mean, education. Oh man, I could go on about education all day. I'm not even gonna start talking about education because I kind of am mad about education, especially with what's currently going on. It's like, obviously it's a problem with education. People are ignorant. People get taught things in school that are just wrong or improper. So yeah, there's things that are way below average, and that's because you have a country with, you know, hundreds of millions of people, and you have to somehow, you can't look at the average. What's the average in this country? Like defining middle class in this country is such a, it covers this big swath of people that, and it's just like, you can't describe all these people. That's why it's faulty. That's why the system has problems. But yeah, we don't have to go over all that stuff, politics, or even, I guess, like even like just social issues. Education. USPS used to be profitable until a bill passed during the Bush administration that made pension requirements far too high. Yes, that's correct. So pension requirements. Yeah, that's right. The pension bill was what pretty much crippled the USPS funding. Yep. And we haven't still done anything about it, by the way, because obviously there's people who are lobbying against it. Or there's just other things in the pipeline that are stuck so long that these kinds of things become not prioritized at all. They're the first things to get cut off. Much like you know, science funding, science and education funding in the United States. Yeah, first, you know, we talk about how top country for research and whatever. But if you talk to people about grants, research grants to be specific, there's a lot to be talked about. Science and education gets caught off before defense. Things like that. Anyway, that's kind of politics at this point, so I'll avoid the topic. But yeah, just a lot of issues there. But yeah, so the comparison with other countries is kind of interesting. Taxes exist to fix society as a whole. Okay. Imagine if it were possible to do that with no repercussions. The USB is meant to be profitable, yeah. Police department and other tax-funded programs aren't either. It's a political point that people need to drop. Yeah. I mean, it needs to be sustainable though, but it's not, so that's a problem. It doesn't have to be profitable, it has to be sustainable. Or in other words, a system that works, just works. It doesn't have to be a generating system, it just needs to work. It just needs to cycle. It just needs to fulfill its role. Which is something that, yeah, a lot of public agencies don't, so. All government institutions should act as non-profit. Wishful thinking. We have lots of wishful thinking about this kind of stuff. But again, yeah. Yeah, so like if I had to rate my postal services, for example, I actually do like the USPS though, because it provides cheap service. I mean, like rate accessible service, and it actually is pretty fast for what it's worth. Obviously it has its pros and cons. Basically every region varies. But for example, if I use a retail post office near me, they actually do a fantastic job. I know the people who work at that retail office, and they always help me out, and they're super kind and whatnot. I actually really like USPS. I actually don't like the one courier I actually don't like at all is FedEx. I don't like FedEx. I've had very bad experiences with them, from lost items all the way through terrible customer service and all that kind of stuff. UPS and DHL, I have no real issues with them. They're pretty good for what it's worth. Yeah. Have you tried postal service in Korea? That shit is pog. Oh yeah, Korea Post. Korea Post is pretty nice. Yeah, Korea Post is pretty cool. But again, you're talking about a minuscule country, so comparing services is kind of a moot point when you're comparing such large, when there's such a large difference. But yeah, I'm sure certain small places are very efficient with their stuff. And yeah, like, I mean, but Korea EMS is super expensive, for example. Shipping express from Korea, it's like dirty expensive because it's calculated by volumetric weight. And so like it's basically weight and volume. So you need to factor both of those in. White Constellation, it's silver. USPS is the #1 rated government institution in the US after, like, okay. You have to use DHL for international. There's no choice for us these days. Our rates are crazy high. Yeah. Some cost fallacy will not allow your student loans to be paid off. Only a few $100s away from paying your student loans. Wow, that's amazing. Does Korea Post use EMS? Yes, they use EMS for international. Yeah, Korea uses EMS. That looks white on my screen. Well, it's most certainly silver anodized. It's just a very light kind of silver. So yeah, but it's definitely silver. Like, it's definitely not white. Lighting affects color? I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, it's also, my light's over here, so it's reflecting. Yeah. Naturally. I mean, silver does tend to appear a bit whitish. It also depends on the way this anodizing is done, so. Need to order some black accents someday? Could you have some order made, actually? Are accent pieces, like the files for accent pieces, out or something? That would be kind of cool. Let people just get some accent pieces, anodized accent pieces, make their own, or even like make it out of different materials. like wood or something, maybe even. That'd be kind of cool. Or like different kind of rock, or I don't know, like something that you could like. Well, you have to be able to tap it too, though. But something sculpted, maybe, I don't know, or milled rather. A lot of Asian countries use EMS, yeah. Alright, let's try this out. These tabs. Those reactions require quite a bit to machine. Yeah, there's a few grooves and there's a tap that you need to do. A few holes and stuff, because you need to screw them in to the case, right? So a few things to do there. Cause has a workshop with saws and planes. Yeah, Cause is he's a woodworker. He does wonderful woodwork, actually. He's a great guy. I love Cause. Hope he's doing all right these days. Should drop by, say hi to him. Yeah, if you do, would you mind saying hi to him from me, on my behalf? We don't talk too often, but sometimes we do. Yeah, occasionally he's active on Instagram and other places, so. He works behind my office? Oh, cool. Small world, huh? Oh yeah, his wrist rests are super nice. His wrist rests are sick. I don't have one, but I've seen one before. The ones with the line, ooh, they look so pretty. Super high quality. Oh, Gio, hello. Haven't seen you in a bit. How are you? Hope you're doing well, man. It's been a while. It's been a while. Been good? That's good. Good to hear, man. I'm glad. World's crazy out there, huh? Alright, let's try to test these out now. I don't know where I can get those big microfiber cloths, like the Keys ones. I mean, I've seen some microfiber cloths on Amazon, but they're not the same. But, I mean, they're not, like, exactly the same. They're not, like, that thick fabric. But, I mean, I've seen some other, like, thinner fiber, like, microfiber cloths that are, like, big. I don't have a link, though, but I've definitely seen them on Amazon, too. I would suggest checking it out there. But otherwise, I think, like, the ones Keys has, for example, they're probably, like, from a bigger manufacturing, like, in China, right? So, it probably comes with the cases, or it's separate, maybe. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know where though. I don't know where to buy it. Oh, I don't need this. Lighting, next time I post something to you, I'll chuck in a stack of cloths and you can give them out. Oh, sure. Sure, dude. I'll do that. I can give some out. Alright, yeah. Alright, stabs sound great, actually. Even 205 works just fine. Alright, so let's put the rest of the switches in. Oh, I actually think the Alpaca should be stock springs, probably. Actually, don't think I put 63.5s on these. Might be stock, but it doesn't matter, right? Like, I mean, the command's like... Oh, I actually didn't even put... Oh, no. Oh, that was for the Juby. Never mind. Yeah, the Juby does have 63.5 gram springs. But yeah, the Alpacas are basically stock springs. Well, like... tub lube sock springs and with switch films, so yep. Can't tub lube stems? I don't tub lube stems at all. I never tub lube stems. I've done it a few times actually, but I don't do it not like on a regular basis or anything. Yo, Eric, thanks for your sub, man. Is this for client? Yeah, it is for a client. Indeed. Much like most things are built here on stream, I do it for clients. So not always, but oftentimes. Getting the Amazon sub value. Yeah. Gotta pay your dues to Mr. Bezos. My boy Jeff. Should I say? My boy Jeff. My homie Jeffrey. This FR4 plate looks good. I actually really like it, how it looks right now. It actually isn't like, I mean, it's black solder mask, but it's kind of like, it's like very matte colored. That in this particular lighting that I have here, it kind of looks like very close to the grayness of the alpacas. It kind of looks really good in person. So it's a nice look. Although, I mean, obviously you put caps on, you don't see it, but just saying, it's something random. One of those things that we pay attention to that don't really matter. It's like how the plate looks against the switches. It's like, yeah, you put keycaps and you'll see some of the plate underneath, but you won't see like the switches. So the FR4 plate was my favorite thing that made me enjoy my Constellation. Nice, nice. Yeah, pretty excited to try this out too. $7V's aftermarket price in China is about 1K. It's the same on MM. Damn, 1K. Holy crap. Must be good. Must be good. I didn't get one, but that's cool. I would like to try one though at some point. If someone sends one, I'll be happy to try it. It seems like a pretty cool board to try out. But yeah, I didn't get one. I had no need for a 75. Already gotten the Xeno and already have had other boards that didn't feel the need. Pretty cool mounting system and all that stuff though. Like the little details are pretty nice on the 7V. But again, a lot of money, lots of money to spend. Westerners gotta be greedy. Gonna be greedy? I mean, isn't everyone greedy? Poor Poner, I feel bad for that guy. Hey, Hamid, hello. Oh, you got one, Poner? Cool. Didn't know. Alright, nice. Cool. One switch left over. I'll probably use it on the other build. I think I have more switches with alpacas to use. What are good full-size keyboards? Ooh, what's your budget? What's your budget? I would check out like a Philco or like a Leopold. Leopold 980 is pretty nice. The yeah, the FC 980Ms. Let's say $200-300. I do recommend Leopolds though. I think they're pretty nice. Vermilla full size are actually not bad if you're looking for OEM stuff. But if you're looking for custom keyboards, that's a very different story. I don't think there's a lot of custom keyboards at $200-300. Maybe there's the KVD 18X or whatever, or 19X or whatever, the 1800 layout KVD fans board. That's a custom kit. But if you're looking for a full size like OEM, so like from like a pre-built that you can buy like in a store, then like Leopold, Vermillo, and Philco are good brands that I recommend. For customs, how much more are we talking? It varies. I think at the budget minimum is gonna be like, at the minimum it's probably gonna be like $200-300, and then it probably scales all the way to like $500. Because for an aluminum case, it's actually quite a lot, and especially a custom because they're like pretty low quantity normally. So, and full size definitely doesn't have as much of a demand in the custom keyboard community. So there's the TX108, which is, yeah, but Leopold 980C or 980M, which is the one with MX switches, is a very good full size keyboard for a store brand that you can purchase. And I've tried some of Vermillo stuff that actually I liked because it was just solid for the price. So yeah, just check out those brands at least. Check out what options they have, and kind of go from there. Like start there and see where it goes. Yeah, take your time shopping around a bit. HJCP, oh yeah, that's a good choice. TX Keyboards did that, right? HJCP. So Leopold, Philco, and what else? Vermillo. Vermillo's pretty good. They've gotten better over the years, is what I would argue. I think they're overall like they have like good keycaps with pretty good like just construction wise, and like the quality is pretty good and the price is pretty competitive. So yeah, HJCP is also a good choice that someone's recommending here. It's basically a custom keyboard kit that's essentially an 1800 layout, which is like quasi full size. That's another doable choice. But for that, like, you also will need to learn how to build a custom keyboard, which is the fun part, I think. You'll have to source, yeah, you'll have to source switches, keycaps, you know, switches, keycaps, and whatnot. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, Leopold brands are actually, like, Leopold brand stuff is actually so good, in my opinion. Alright, I'm gonna turn on the fan. Actually, hold up, before that, I need to... Yeah, stock keycaps are super nice. They're like PBT caps, and they're pretty high quality stuff. And they feel great to type on. So, no complaints. Alright, let's get started with the soldering part. Okay, so apologies for the sound being like this. Oops, sorry. The Pharaoh says, have you tried Duroc palm switches and do you film them? Trying them now filmed and they're a little weird, funky. Yeah, so I tried the Cobalt palm switches on the KSE that I recently built, and I actually just made a post of it on Insta. So I actually found out that the Cobalt palm don't require films. As you said, if I put a film, like I tried using TX films, I tried Duroc films, I also tried the Deskeys films. Basically, what happened was they became like tactile switches because probably it was too tight. And so I just removed it all together, and I found out that they don't really have that much wobble. So I actually would not use films for them. Yeah, I think you're fine without using films. I mean, you can always just like, so the main thing about films, right? When you open your switches, like if you use a switch opener or whatever tool you're using for opening your switches, just don't be too harsh with it. As in, like, you know how like there's those little like 2 tabs on each side that, like, you know, like open up for you to get the top housing out of the bottom housing? Just don't overexert that. Like, you know, if you stretch it out too much, sometimes they end up slightly stretched out and can occasionally, depending on the case, depending on the switch, like can occasionally lead to a little bit of that like plastic rubbing kind of sound, or just like annoyances when inserting to the plate and whatnot. But yeah, as for the fitment of films on the Cobalts or on the Duroc palm switches, I've definitely found that they don't really need films. So yeah, you can probably just lube and close them up as is. Still don't understand how people film creams. I mean, people do it, but I don't care for it because I also don't think they need switch films. I also don't think they need them at all. People do it, quote unquote, for the sound, again, quote unquote. But I have no. I don't know. It's like whatever. It's not for me anyway. Yeah. So let's get to the sponsor segment really quick now. Have a good bill. Thank you so much, Pharaoh. Have a good one. Thank you so much for stopping by. So we first have Keycaps right now. Heading over to Keycaps, check out the Angel 65 and the Cornelius keyboards. They might have actually, I'm not sure, did the Angel 65 and Cornelius close already? I'm actually not sure about the dates. I think that's the one thing I am not 100%, but just check out keycaps.com to see if they're open. So for keyboards, there are those available most recently. As far as group buy key sets right now, we have GMK Fuji. We also have EPBT aesthetic, Enjoy PBT aesthetic, and we also have the DSA 1930 set. So those are currently on group buy at Keycaps, and we have a bunch of switches also available on Keycaps. So we have the Seal linear switches by Minterly. They're like JWK switches in a cute color, with like heavier springs. We also have lavender switches, I think, restocked recently. Lilacs. There's dark amber T1 switches. There's navies and reds from AEBoards. So Keycaps proxies for on behalf of AEBoards here in North America, and navies and reds. So navies are the tactiles and reds are the linear switches. They're both available on Keycaps, and Keycaps has proxied those the recent runs. So check those out. I've tried both. They're pretty nice. They have a longer pole, and they're really smooth. They use the P stems too, so yeah, they're pretty nice switches. I've still yet to try the reds, like fully lubed and modded, but I have seen some stock and they're great. I'm actually going to try those out on a future personal build, so you'll probably see those at some point on stream, but not yet, not just yet. I still have to mod those. It's got a lot of other backlog stuff to fill. Alright, so and then we have ANSI PCBs and Instant 60 kits, Instant 65 kits, Practice 65 kits, and so on. These are basically kits that you can purchase to practice your soldering and that and whatnot. At the same time, you're technically building a keyboard, so you actually get something that you see that is usable. So you can check those out on Keycaps as well. Alright, next up we have you can feel free to check out Keyspresso, which they have a variety of group buys and products. We also have a promo code for them, Lightning KB. Just check out the link below. It's on the panels below. Just wanted to mention that. But next sponsor, we have Mint Autumn, actually. So Mint Autumn, they're working on the Rookie Round 2 group buy right now. Jack Static is the designer and lead person behind Mint Autumn. And he's been working on Rookie for a while. And he's also working on injection molding equipment for polyethylene injection molded cases, and so we'll hopefully see more news on that. But check out mintautumn.com for more information. And they also have a Discord server where you can get updates if you're participating in any of those group buys, like the Rookie Round 2, or if you're interested in future runs of stuff. Or sometimes they have Rookie Round 2 spots available, so if you're interested in that, you can also check that out. Next we have Novel Keys. Go ahead on Novel Keys. Novelkeys.xyz. You can purchase any in-stock item. You can get a discount, 5% off discount. Amazing. If you use the promo code Thunder for any in-stock item. Okay. So this doesn't count for any group buy items, which I'm going to mention now. We have the NK87 right now on group buy on novelties for $265. They come in purple, yellow, beige, black, and white, I believe. Basically a full TKL kit at a pretty accessible price point, made out of aluminum, and it includes plate mounted stabs, but you can also use PC mounted stabs if you want to swap those out. Hot swap, QMK and VIA compatible. Pretty much comes with everything you'll need to use it right off the bat. So pretty good pricing for a TKL with all that's included. And you've probably seen it on a couple of streams. I believe AEBoards and Keycaps have done build streams with the NK87 prototypes, so check those out. Next, we also have, there might still be NK65s in stock, so just check out novelties.xyz to check if they have in stock. For key sets, we currently have GMK Striker 2, which I have personally dubbed as GMK Haikyuu, but that's just a play on the fact that the salve novelty that comes with GMK Striker 2. Some people have joked that, have commented that it looks like a volleyball, except it's not. It's a classic football novelty. So Salvin's one of the collaborations for the GMK Striker Round 2 group buy, and it's currently running on novelties.xyz. If you missed it last time, there's a good chance to get it. We probably won't see it again for a while, so do consider getting it if you like the colorway before and have been on the fence. Next, we have GMK Color Chrome, and we also have SA Tatooine, which are two more key sets that they're currently running on Novel Keys. SA Tatooine is the official collaboration between Novel Keys and Star Wars. Now this time before it came in GMK Boba Fett, but this time it's we have the SA Tatooine key set. So check that out. And on Novel Keys we have a variety of switches and desk pads, stabilizers, lube, accessories, all kinds of things. You can also purchase Gator Ron, the first Novel Keys mascot and plush. Might still be available on novelkeys.xyz, and you can also get a 5% off discount because it's an in-stock product. Next up we have Omnitype, currently running GMK Norse Omnitype. You can head on over to omnitype.com/lightning to access the store. They also have regular desk pad restocks. So if you're interested in getting new desk pads, they have some available now, and they also restock fairly frequently, so check out their store on omnitype.com/lightning. Next up we have Prime Keyboards, primekeyboards.com/lightning. You can check out Alpaca switches, silent Alpaca switches there. There's Cobalt leaner switches, the ones that are just talking about, Duroc palm switches. There's also accessories like Deskey's films and Toper stuff. There's Duroc stabs, Duroc V2 stabilizers in the black smoky housing that I really like, my favorite actually, as well as the black wires with them that come with them. There's also the Alpaca variant of those. There's like the Gateron switch puller, and other little goodies like switch holder, like switch openers and loop stations and whatnot. Next up we have Project Keyboard, where you can currently check out on projectkeyboard.com. You can currently check out GMK Astro, currently running for group buy. So that's currently the only set that's currently running on Project Keyboard, so just go ahead and check that out. Pretty cute set with lighter colors if you're into a lighter color scheme. Go ahead and check out the renders and the website for more details. Next we have Salvin, our favorite machinist from Belgium. An expert on CNC milling and a lot of machining related things. He has done a lot of collaborations with a variety of designers in the community, including Wilbatek and Zambamon and Oblotsky and a bunch of other people, like working with Ion Keyboards and AL3, Hungerworks Studio for the synth project, a lot of different things, and of course all the novelty keycaps that you've seen for group buys for key sets. as well as other collaborations. He's done quite a lot of them. So check out salvin.com. He currently has a Wilbitech 60% PCBs, the Weird Flex kind, available in stock. He also has the graphite version, which is the ones that you can use with your JSC connected keyboards, such as the Keycult series of boards, and for example the thermal, for example, also would work for the 60% graphite PCB. Yeah. So, and Salvin also has some apparel, which is very comfortable. But if you're into that stuff like swag, just go and check salvin.com for that. And then finally we have, last but not least, spaceholdings.net, or Space Cables, where you can check out every single possible collaboration for keyset related cables. If you want to match perfectly your favorite keyset with, or favorite keyset that's currently running normally on Group Buy, along with a cable, then Space Cables will have it. So spaceholdings.net for that. They also have a very cool 2 different deskpads, the SP20 deskpad and the Ouchkick deskpad. And currently on Space Cables, we have GMK Nightshade currently running until the 3rd of April. A purple themed keyset by Mr. Blind Assassin. And on Space Cables, we also finally have the XHD BDZ lube that we've been talking about earlier today. And they also have lube stations available. So, alright, we're done soldering. And that's it for the sponsor segment. Quite a lot of them and quite a lot of cool products out there, so just check those out. Alright. Alright, everything works. Great. Alright, cool. So let's figure out this thing. It's been a faster build today. Oh, it's not rolling over. Oh, never mind. Look, guys, I'm almost running out of solder here. Finally finished this, maybe like my 4th or 5th roll of solder. I have some extras in my drawer, tool drawer, but I think we're almost running out here. Alright, let's get the accessories. We have our O-ring gasket here. We can try the O-ring gasket today. I believe this is what the client wanted to check out too. So we just put it around, I believe. And it's a tighter fit. I just have to tuck it in. There we go. Alright, there. We put an O-ring around it. Should be okay. And for the case, I think I just slot it in and it should be fine. Yeah, that's okay. Alright, cool. Alright, you just slot it in there. Put our top piece on. Okay. Oops. It's probably just the upward pressure from this. Alright, so let's at least put some screws in. Do we know what keycaps we'll use today? We don't yet. So, I'll put up some sets here, and you guys can. Bingsu's not available actually, so you guys can pick from those. I believe, what did we do last time? We did Bingsu, and then we tried. I think we tried Striker too. So maybe something that we haven't tried. Really like the design of this board. Sadly, I wasn't able to get one during the sales. I hope you get one at some point. It's so nice. I mean, we see Rudy. I don't have Rudy, unfortunately. I don't have GMK Rudy. CRP? Okay, we can do CRP. What kind of CRP do you want to see? We have a bunch of different. I have a Tulip. I have 2551 HAD. I have Xerox. Xerox. Oh, Xerox is an interesting choice. I haven't seen Xerox on the board on my boards yet. What's CRP? It stands for Classic Reissue Profile, but basically they're beige key sets such as GMK 9009. Oh damn! Let's go! Wow. Well, someone. All right, that's fine. It's even more. It's like double as expensive, right? I think, and it was still redeemed, so we'll have to respect it. Good thing I always have Handarbeit right here. Like, I'm always ready for Handarbeit because people request it too many times. I even made it more expensive on purpose, but apparently it's still not enough. Apparently it's not enough. Handarbeit R2 though? For sure. It's going to get shiny just from typing test? Nah, it doesn't get shiny that quickly. I don't shine up my sets that quickly, but that's probably because my fingers are not like greasy or something. Like not too greasy. So maybe, I don't know. Alright, Handarbeit it is though. What in the name of the rainbow is this Skittles theme set? It's called GMK Handarbeit. It's actually based on this keyboard that was made by either GMK or Chariot in the past, and basically it was like this kind of like, we can showcase these colors, sort of like proof of concept, sort of. I mean, that's what people say, right? It was supposed to be this like proof of concept sort of key like thing, and yeah, it like has, it displays all these different colors essentially. So yeah, it's pretty wild. It's pretty out there. Yeah, someone linked it in chat, I think. So you can probably just check that link. You'll understand that this key set is half an atrocity, and it grew on me as I had it. Like I have had the key set for a while, and I've seen, like, seeing it in person is actually so much better, but it still is a bit of an atrocity because obviously it just is just too much, right? Like all these colors, it's pretty busy, it's pretty out there, but it exists. That's the most remarkable feat about this key set, is that it even exists now, like as a reproduced item. Also, oh, I'm feeling the bounce from the keyboard as I'm putting the caps in. It's so nice. Y'all don't know the lore. I mean, people have to learn it, right? At some point. Start somewhere. So you learn. You know, everyone starts somewhere. My Handarbeit set is sitting in my closet. I mean, I get it, dude. I get it. It is an atrocity, you know. I have it for fun. I actually like legitimately bought it because there's the OG, like there's the historical factor to it, right? Which is cool. But like that was the main reason for me. And then the second reason was also because it's kind of fun. Like it's just a fun key set that like people. Like I genuinely thought it was like had no chance of hitting MOQ because it's pretty out there. But people are into memes and it's 2021 and I mean now it's 2021. This ran like in 2019 actually, I think. And yeah, so here we are. Here we are. And yeah. What watch is that? It's just a Seiko 5. I mean, it's just a Timex Weekender, my bad. It's just a Timex Weekender. I got it as a gift from a friend. Do I have two artisans to fit here? I'm not sure though. Oh, I did get my replacement Felix back. Or did I literally just put it aside earlier. Yeah, I got my my replacement Felix cap from last time. The one that had the broken stem. This time it's back. Hopefully this is okay. Oh, it still feels kind of tight. Do I risk it? Will it explode? Yeah, I'm too scared. I'm too scared. I'll heat it up actually and try it later and like let it sit in on a switch so it stretches out. Well, I have fortunately I actually am gonna remove this cap here. And I actually have two rainbow sort of themed keycaps. Or actually not rainbow, but like, yeah, it's a sort of rainbowy. No, they're not rainbow actually. It's more like a blast of color. So I'm gonna use these two guys here. I've been meaning to try them out and see what they look like. So. Think anyone designed trays like older GMK ones? No. Well, I mean, no one has done it because you need to mold these and make these and produce a lot of them to make that kind of make the cash back from that investment. So yeah. So here it is. There's a cloud cap from amidst the clouds. And Octoboy. Pretty cool. All right. Let me find the typing test. Okay, there it is. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. I guess that's fine. just make sure we're good here. Alright, I think we're good to start. Alright, so we currently have a silver Constellation with Alpaca V2 switches. They're lubed with 205 grade 0, and they have it has a full FR4 plate with mounted with the O-ring gasket. So let's check it out. The stabilizer are just Durox stabs or Everglide stabs, which are the same thing. Alright, here we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold up. Don't do that to me. Okay. Yo, Poner's guess was pretty close. But yeah, it sounds really nice. I'm gonna try it one more time. It's actually it sounds and feels really good. I like it. Let me try it one more time. Alright. Ah, it's good. This feels good. This sounds and feels really good. Let's listen to the mods. Here's the mods. see. You have an interesting finger position when typing. Hit the Y with your right middle finger, the B with your right pointer. Self-taught? Yeah, sorta. I never really learn how to touch type formally speaking. Like I didn't take like a course or anything like that. But I've tried to practice it. But I think it's, yeah, my typing is not perfect by any means. Definitely always try to improve. But yeah, it's slow process in my opinion. So crazy fast and accurate. Yeah, I mean, it's fast and accurate sometimes, but still working on. I'm trying to actually slow down so I can get like fully accurate and then step up from there. That's been a way to go up, I think. After typing analysis for a while, I've gotten better at it. Yeah, I think trying a split board is actually a really good idea. It's what actually helped me improve quite a lot. For me, it was like the catalyst of improving how to type because it forces you to. Alright, so let's take a closer look at the board. Alpaca sound scratchy. Oh, yeah, they probably need some breaking in. Anoyo. They're like brand new switches. Like they're brand new switches, and just like I opened them up and lubed them and put a film into them. So, do you find front height comfy for resting wrist? I personally don't use a wrist rest, so I'm okay with it. I'm personally okay with it. I actually can use like high angle boards with no issues, like myself. So, it's kind of like a your mileage may vary kind of situation, but the front height of this board is like definitely is taller than the Juby, for example. But I'll show you. I'll display it. So here's the board. I was slightly concerned at the higher front height. It does have a higher front height for sure. But I'll actually compare it with like the Juby, or like maybe I'll bring out a different keyboard or something, and you can check it out. So here's the board first of all, with Handarbeit and these wonderful artisans by Amidst the Clouds, the Octoboy and the Cloud Cap. And we have the side profile here. That's the side profile of the Constellation. I actually really like the bump-ons here. The bump-ons are like these long bump-ons. So this is the bottom part of the board. I really like the weight, the framing, the font for Constellation. It just looks very clean, very nice. The way it's done is just very like it's really nicely done, I think. The construction of this board is like superb. Like it feels great. It's heavy. I like how the way the USB port is framed there. The sides just look clean. Yeah, no, very nice board. Super nice. Slightly thicker bezels, which are actually not my full preference, but it still does have slightly thinner on the sides and slightly thicker on the top and the bottom, like the front and the back. And like, let's say we compare the front height we just said. So for the Juby, so I probably should do this instead. So you can check the comparison for the front height. It's slightly, like maybe a few millimeters taller than the Juby, right? And if I grab my ruler here, let's see, like just vertically, I think it's maybe like like 18 millimeters or something like that for the height. But you know, it technically has to be calculated from like the plate, but it's like medium height. Should I say medium height? It's not super tall, okay? Like it's not nothing extraordinary tall, is what I'm going to say. So it's not an uncomfortable typing experience, and you can see the angle's not that steep. So yeah. Side profile is nice though, covers all the no gaps or anything. Keycaps sit in nicely, and yeah, look at Handarbeit making me crave some Starburst. Yeah, didn't actually expect Handarbeit to pair that well with the board. It just works pretty well. Yeah, I think silver goes pretty well with this color galore. What mount is this? We are using the O-ring gasket mount inside. We're using the O-ring gasket mount, so actually it does have a bit of a motion. I mean, it's kind of, how do I show it? But like, it's hard to show this on camera actually. I guess the only way maybe is if I could put it down and we can enhance, like, can you guys see there is some motion there? Like, I mean, but the bottom line is I can actually tell that it's like bouncing up and down a little. Like there's a little bit of a motion there. Like, I mean, it's not dramatic, but it's enough to soften it. Do you think you can feel that flex? I mean, it's just softer. It's just soft typing. Like bottom out is not. It doesn't feel harsh. Is basically what I'm trying to say. The bottom out is not harsh. I don't think it matters. Okay, so personally, my opinion is that you don't have to see it for it to be effective. It just has to be such that the structure of the plate, right? Like it just takes that bottom out and just softens it. That's all. If you feel softer fingers, then it's good enough, you know. Maybe you see it more when I press down on the spacebar, right? Yeah, but you know, again, it's not crazy. But it is a soft typing experience, and I like it. I actually like the sound. I think the sound is pretty sweet. I got a unicorn with half plate and can't tell how flex it is. The unicorn plate on PCB kind of sit very low, I think. I don't think you need to you don't need to feel like it's doing this. You just need to feel like it's not harsh on your fingers. That's all that you need to think about. You need to think about it as, does it, like when I type, does it tire my fingers out? If not, then this is good enough, you know? At least for me, that's kind of how I feel about when people try to talk about, you know, flex and softer typing experience. It's like, just type on it, and if you're typing on it, does it feel harsh? Does it feel tiring? And how does it compare to other boards that you maybe have tried before? Is it comfortable? How often do you clean your keycaps? Not too often. I'll say I don't like I eat at my desk, but I don't eat too close to the keyboard. Like when I eat, I actually have a tablecloth and stuff, so I don't splatter or anything like that. So not too often, but I maybe once every few months, once every 6 months. I don't know. I just use warm water and denture tabs. Soak them in. So you just get a tub. You put in all your keycaps. I put in some warm water, not super hot, but warm, very warm water, and then I dunk in 3 denture tabs maybe for a full key set, maybe 3 denture tabs, and then I the denture tabs will dissolve. They make these bubbles, right? And then I leave it in there for at least 30 minutes, but more like an hour. And then after that, I dump the water out. I rinse it. I rinse the keycaps, right? And then I put it on a dry towel to dry. And if there's gunk or stuff on the keycaps that's stuck on it, then I use a towel to actually wipe it off, because the abrasion of the cloth actually helps that to come off, because it's already pretty loose after the denture tab treatment. So it's basically a light soap. All you need is basically water, warm water, and light soap is more than enough. You don't need to heat, you don't need to do boiling water. You don't need to do anything too fancy, in my opinion. So that's enough to clean well for most cases. In the case of very dirty stuff, maybe you can use an ultrasonic cleaner, but that's a bit overkill. It's a bit overkill for that. So and yeah, microfiber handy in case my caps feel slightly dirty, or in my case, I also have one of these. These are just these are the air blowers. Ultrasonic is easy though, but I don't want to buy one. I don't want to spend I don't want to spend whatever, like denture tabs is like $10, gets you like a huge box. But yeah, I just use this to dust it off sometimes. So yeah, pretty useful. So yeah, many ways to clean. Many ways to clean. Mr. Cupo, ¿qué pasa, compa? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás, compa? Garlic, yeah, you missed the build itself, but we've just typed on this. It's pretty nice. Yeah, we're kind of done with the build technically. I actually so the client is actually having another build done with the same constellation. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing it on stream, just because I actually want to get to some other stuff, other boards too. But basically, I have another PCB here, and we had the brass plate from earlier, so they actually will be getting another Alpaca B2 build with the brass plate, so that they can compare and figure out what they like. So we'll be doing that probably off stream, but maybe if I manage to have time, I'll probably like maybe record something or bring it out during a following stream if I still have it here with me. So yeah, we could probably do that in the near future. Let's see. So I'm gonna see who is currently streaming. I think we could probably wrap it up here a little early today, or like faster, which is great. Let's see, makers and crafting. So currently we have Tim Keyless, we have Keyworm, Presley, we have Gym Leader Nathan, we have, yeah. You have a day job or just keyboard wizard in general? Yeah, I have a day job. I'm a grad student. Like, I do research and stuff. So, and I'm currently taking class and whatnot. But yeah, so that's what I do during the day most of the time. Okay. We can probably raid. Let's see. Who do we raid? Who do we raid, chat? Do you guys have any other suggestions? We can raid non-keyboard people too. If you have any specific people you want to see. What is it, artisan? These artisans are by Amidst the Clouds. I actually don't have the link here handy. Oh yeah, here it is. Amidst the Clouds on Instagram. They're on Instagram, so here. Just finished my stream, no problem. All right, let's go. Let's go raid Gym Leader Nathan. I think he's doing like giveaways and random stuff. So Gym Leader Nathan. Haven't raided him in a while, so let's go and check him out. She's a keeper, but she's in a WoW right now. Xin Wang. Not seen them before. Sure, do you guys want to see someone playing WoW? Are you guys into WoW? We can raid them. Alright. That's all I have for tonight. So let's just go and say show us your keyboard. And yeah, well, thank you everyone for coming by tonight on a Monday. I will have another build shortly, like more during the, I think the next build is going to be a Matrix 8X 2.0. So if you're interested in that, come by. And yeah, I'll catch you guys then. All right. I might actually switch out Handarbeit for the pictures. Might actually switch it out for beige. But yeah, just for the typing test, I use Handarbeit today. All right, friends. Well, thank you so much, and have a great night. Okay. Take care, everybody.